Good evening, everyone. As commentary joins in the first frame of the final session of this UK Championship final between Jamie Anderson and Jasper Koosman. It was John Stuart Mill that said, every great movement goes through three stages: ridicule, discussion, and adoption. And Jamie Anderson, maybe at one point, could have been discussing and interacting with other players of the impossibility and ridiculousness of anyone beating Jasper Koosman. Then, only recently, Koosman has lost 2 matches and was knocked out of the International Championship, and discussion began about why this was and whether there is a chance of beating Koosman, and that it's a reality and not fantasy. Now we're in the adoption phase. Can Anderson take it to the next stage and adopt that winning strategy and result? And at the moment, it looks as though that may be the case, as Koosman on this first session needs snookers, with Anderson getting a great start to this final of the UK Championship in the Online Snooker Club season 2018-19. We're in the end game: yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black left. 35 points the difference in favour of Anderson, and a brilliant shot, virtually killing off this frame, barring any foul. He is in a snooker here, so providing he hits the green, which he does, that's the frame to Jamie Anderson, and it's now 7-6, so just one frame in it. First to 10, as the drama increases. Excellent start by Anderson. As we settle in to the 14th frame. Anderson on the table again, has a good chance. Apologies for that. into the top middle. 13 points, 14 break now. Good opportunity here for Anderson to gain some points and gain an advantage in this 14th frame. Round the table a bit too far though. Pace was just a touch above what was needed. And now can't access those two reds into the bottom left hand corner down here on the left, bottom left side of this table. He's looking at something. He's looking at a red. No. Oh, he's actually fouled. He's hit the pink. So has he moved that gap between those two reds enough for Koosman to pot it? He's looking at it. Adjust his cue action so possibly it doesn't go. He's seeing whether he can hit it at a hard speed to force it through. He can manipulate the plan. He tries it. Oh, unlucky. Just wobbled and stayed out of the pocket. Anderson back in. And Koosman so frustrated that they didn't go in. A great effort. As Anderson put some maximum follow through and top to keep that white into the left side of the pocket. A great shot. And he's on the pink. Oh, he's missed it though. And the white ball comes down to his bottom left-hand cushion. And he's not left anything on easy. So slightly fortunate for Anderson there. Any shot Koosman may take on, and I can see two possible reds. The one on the far left cushion, just to the left of the black spot, and this one on the right, bottom right-hand side of the table. But not easy shots, and it'll be up to Koosman to decide whether or not he's going to go for it or not. Also, the question is, can he get in a safe position from here? Could, of course, just go down into the bulk area with this one on the bottom right and just push it to behind the brown on the bulk area. He went for it though, and he's missed. So Anderson in. Oh, that's not worked out for the Preston lad. Went into the black. It was a creative shot, but it's just not worked out for him. He wanted a bit of luck there, and he didn't get it. And plays a shot to nothing on the green, although it was hard to play a shot to nothing. Shot to nothing in terms of just keeping the white to this, close to this right-sided cushion. But it was virtually possible to play safe off that without anything being available. And Koosman pots the red and is now on the table, has the control, and is in a position to form an attack for this frame. Green into the top right-hand corner. Looking at this red at the bottom of this line of 3 to the right of the black. And it will just give him a natural angle to stay on for the black. Either going off the left-hand cushion or just holding as he's done there. Good shot. Nice positioning, nice cue ball control. Black into the top left. Has options. This is a good chance for Koosman. Anderson's got to be careful of not giving Kuzman extra table time when not needed. Black into the top left. Red's nicely spread. And what some might see as mind games in the table chat, as Anderson comments on a different sport going on in the wider world, in the Premier League, confusing Kuzman to a degree. And was that mind games or just innocent comment from Anderson? 34-18 now. Kuzman's on a 28 break. Pink into the bottom middle here, trying to open up those reds or use them as a cushion to hold on for the other red. Red into the top middle. And Anderson is asking a question, so I'm going to open up his chat. And just standing up for his integrity there by just confirming just an innocent comment. And I entirely agree. Anderson is not the type of player who would want to win by other means other than merit. And there'll be no more comment like that unless it's made clear that it's okay to have this kind of atmosphere and environment during the match. Entirely up to both players how they want to play the match. Default, of course, is, sorry again about that, default is just a respect for both players, and it's up to the player who wants to veto any kind of rules in the chat. Oh, sorry, wants to acknowledge a particular preference in table chat. And it's for him to, or her, to make that statement and announce should they have any specifications. But Kuzman easily taking this frame, 61 break now, 62, and has stamped his, well, what's the term? Has stamped his ground in this match tonight. One frame each, and it's going to be 8-6 now, and he'll need 2 more. Anderson needs 4. 71 break. And there we go, confirmation. Jasper Kuzman with a 93 break. Takes the frame. 8-6 now. Intriguing next few frames. And the questions will be, are these players on this table tonight here to win or just to have fun? Frame 15. Jasper looking for his next shot. The favourite here is a safety shot. A safety shot it is. Shot to nothing by Anderson. Although he has left a double on. And we know what Kuzman's like with doubles. And if he feels he can get back for this black or find a colour, I'm sure he'll go for it. Oh, he's missed it. But it's turned out rather safe. And Anderson asking a question or making a comment, which I'm going to have a quick look at now. And footballing matters will be dealt with in due course. Interesting scores in the Premier League at the moment, if you follow that. And hopefully there'll be time for a change in certain games going on at the moment, certain scores and possible results at the moment. In safety exchanges at the moment. Oh, this 15th frame, and there's a miss by Anderson after a good snooker, a good safety, strong safety by Kuzman. He looks to see if this red will go just to the left of the black, top left, and it looks as though it does, and he can screw back here with the black again into the same pocket. Quarter to 10 in London. Quarter to 11 in Brussels, in Belgium. And just gone quarter to 10 in Preston, where Jamie Anderson resides. That's where his base is. That's where he practices and works out his strategy with his team. And both teams will be willing on their clients as they try and take another title to add to their already impressive amount. Miss there on the black by Koosman after a bad position on the black. Anderson back in. No more time to rely on luck or coming back into the next frames. The time is now for both players. Koosman to kill it off and put Jamie Anderson down, and don't encourage any kind of comeback dreams or narrative that may come up as they exchange on the bays here in this final tonight. And Anderson will be looking to mess things around and cause problems for Koosman and make him work for the title and not just give it away, and show him what he can do. Miss there by Anderson. There's another good shot, good safety shot by Koosman, which forced Anderson to play that shot, or encouraged him to play that shot, you could say, depending on what perspective you're looking from. Right into the bottom middle here for Koosman. 22 points in front, now 23. Has the green or blue here. Plenty of reds available. This is a good chance. Already 23 in front. Another 30 or 40 here would make all the difference and allow him to relax a little bit and work towards the next frame. There's a message coming in from Anderson. He's just at his retirement spot while Koosman is on the table. And let's see what he's got to say. And he's just confirming the score in the football. And that'll be something I'll be watching tonight on Match of the Day. A Man United score. On the table, 37, getting on with it. Anderson trying to change the subject in his mind, try not to focus on or keep himself busy and not be aware that he's not on the table and he's waiting around. He doesn't like that. And this is what Koosman can do to you. Right into the bottom left. Now, not a good position here, so Just seeing if that red will go into the top right corner as well as the center, but I think he's going for the center here. No. So Anderson back on the table. 18 break by Koosman. He leads by 40 points. And of course, that means Anderson is behind by 40 points, but plenty of points on the table. Red into the top left. Nicely on the black. Screw back on the black with the red on this left cushion. There's a cluster of 4 that are a bit awkward and may need to be disturbed at some point. And where's that white going? Now, is he still on the black? Maybe just about. He's having a look. And the longer he stays there, more likely it is he can see it. Any opportunity he can to pot it, he'll go for it. Anderson, good shot. And the white moves into the cluster of 4 also and opens up another red. 2 reds, actually. 3 reds with the one on the right of that white into the top, bottom, middle. But he's going with the one into the center. But he's not got enough angle. Too straight back onto the black. And he's out of position. And it's possible safety shot here. And then the break. And I think that's what's happening. Yes, and it's safety by Anderson off the yellow. But nice safety it is, right on the tight on the right hand cushion. Okay, so looking at this red just below the pink and the other 2 below that. Difficult shot here. Sorry about that. Just having slight technical issues, but hopefully you just about got to see that shot. And it was a miss by Koosman. Or, sorry, it wasn't actually an attempt at a shot, I don't think. The main purpose was to get that white near the top left-hand corner pocket, and that was a decent shot, actually, by Koosman. And Anderson's not been able to pot in response, and he's just played a safety shot as well. And this change of screen will stop very shortly as I just change the settings. Chance here for Koosman. No. I don't think he's left that red on. That's near the top left-hand corner, but Anderson has one into the center here. He's just looking now. There's the red right next to the bottom center pocket, just on the tight on that cushion. Might be stopping Anderson from getting to the middle. But he does have the option for the bottom right. But is it the right time to try that? And will there be any consequences if he misses? He went for it. Now, has he managed to keep it safe for plan B? Well, Anderson, Koosman looking at that red at the top left now. I think he might be able to just get through. He has. Not an easy shot here on the black, but he's on it. And with concentration and practice, I'm sure Koosman knows what he needs to do here. And there you go. Good pressure shot there. That wasn't the easiest shot, but he got it in, and it was because he was needed. And now he's just got another slightly uneasy shot. And that's a great one, straight into the center of the top right-hand pocket. And now he has control. Now he's got control of the table. Yellow into the center. 51-17 now. 34 points the difference. 51 on the table. Colour and red needed for Koosman to leave Anderson needing snookers. Now, has he got enough pace to have a good angle for this left down the bottom left-hand cushion? Could have been closer to the cushion, the white, but it's doable. Great shot. That was the red he needed for snookers for Anderson. Has the yellow. Possibility of a snooker here, though, or a safety shot, because the red is snookered behind the pink, and Koosman pots it. And it's slightly understanding why there's an advantage to potting that yellow. Of course, Anderson now needs 2 snookers. And yes, Koosman could cut the red, so could access that red. So points, it seemed, would have been the main reason. Anderson can see this red, though, and has an opportunity to do something in this match still. And he's decided to pot the red. Interesting. Right, so now he needs green or above. The yellow won't be enough for him. He needs to pot this brown, and he's missed it, and that's the end of the frame. So interesting decision there by Anderson, by deciding to pot the red. Maybe didn't realize the consequence of potting that red and needing 3 or more points to stay in the match, but he didn't. So Koosman takes it and now needs 1 more for the title. So after a good start by Anderson in this session, Koosman has brought him back down to reality and managed to get through and win the next 2 frames, and now needs just 1 more. Anderson, very straightforward now for Anderson. He needs all frames. He cannot afford to lose a frame now. And that can either go for you or against you, depending on how you You look at it. Could release a player's confidence. He's got nothing more to lose. But against a player like Kuzman, who just needs one chance to make all the difference and kill you off, that may not be a good strategy. And a more very cautious approach might be, percentage-wise, less risky. It could be a combination of the two, of course, if Anderson gets an opportunity to go for it. But if there's nothing obvious on, just be slightly cautious. But that's generally probably what most players do anyway, especially those who are improving and they're realizing that fact, that especially in events and in the business end, players either take it seriously or not. It's up to them, of course. Good red by Anderson into the bottom left. Black is on. Oh, and the black just wobbled. It was a tough shot. But the black has been put in a safe position now. And Kuzman, the red that Kuzman has on, would be very difficult to get onto the blue from there, which is what he needs. So even though he could pot this red, it might not be really worth much for Kuzman, other than being able to directly send the white into the bulk area and maybe try and get a snooker, or get it very safe for his next attempt. Did his best to get up the table. Now, if that blue goes into the top right-hand corner pocket, then that shot on Kuzman's just made would have been the right one, and he's gone for it. It must go, and it's in. He has a red now above the pink into the top left-hand corner, but he's going to have to either screw back, and he's missed it. And he wouldn't have been on any colour if he'd potted it either. So half-hearted attempt there at that shot, and that's possibly why he missed it. Anderson on the table. Slightly overhit that shot. Wanted to be on the blue or the green, but just gone slightly too far towards the top right of the table, but still on blue. And he went for the bottom right-hand corner, knowing that nothing would be left on. Clever play by Anderson. My first thoughts when looking at this table, when Kuzman comes to it, would be, would he try that double? That is the only possible, or the most obvious potential of potting a ball, a red. And he's gone for it. double. Oh, and he just hit the edge. Great attempt. Very difficult shot. Excuse me. So Anderson with a chance here. Good angle here to move into the reds, but it is a red over the pocket, although pink and black and out of action here. He could use this shot to hit the reds, but luckily he's not on the red. He's going to have to play safe here, but there is a red over the pocket, so he's going to have to get it to the top left, right-hand side, and he's hit to the top left, and he hit the red towards that red over the pocket, but he's left it on now, so not a great shot there. It was should have played to the left of the table and not the right. Kuzman pots that red and tries to get up into the blue area, and he has the blue now or the green. It's not a good table at this point in time. Whoever's on the table needs to create something. You can't just take what's there. Red on the edge of this cluster. The only one really available, and potted lovely, and it's nicely on the blue now. Great shot. Looking at his next option. There'll be screen back here off this blue, back to where the white was, or around the area, or just probably to the slightly to the left of that, to where the white is now. No, he's decided to follow through, and he's gone for this red on top right of the cushion of the table. He'll want to come back here for the blue, and he's got a nice angle here to go in to that pink and cluster, or kind of semicircle shape, and he's hit the pink but didn't go into the reds. Red stayed static where they were, but he's got a red into the center. He's hit the pink up into the right side of the table. Black is not available at the moment. And hits the red after hits the blue after potting the red into the center and knocks it into the pink. So slightly limited those two colors as well, especially on this shot. Yellow was the only one. Oh, well, yellow was the one he chose, and he's come back into the reds, didn't hit them, just joins them really. Now, has he got anything on? Possible red into the center. Hard to say from here whether it will go. And he's looking at this red into the bottom right. And he's gone for it, and it's a beautiful shot. Really is a good shot, that. Was playing away from the pocket, just about. Or at least central. Pink goes in. These are good pots by Kuzman, showing his ability here and his talent. This is why he's multiple winner and #1 this season. And overall, pound for pound, he's the best player in OSC with a considerable average score, average earnings. more than any other player. Good shot on the green to bring him down for the next red. 38-6. Still plenty of play to be made. He's slightly gone straight on that pink. The table's not changed that much, really. Still a bit awkward, so Anderson may be back. It just depends if Koosman can conjure up something to continue this break. Well, he's going for it. Looks as though he's playing a snooker here. So it looks like end of break. Pink's too straight, blue's too far to the right to cut into the pocket. He's gone for the double, maybe. Possibly not. I don't think he did, actually. I think he'd be annoyed if that would have gone in. Just playing the snooker. That's a good shot. And can see this red. Well, can get to this red relatively easy. That's next to the black. You just got to make sure he does so and it's safe. And it's not, I'm afraid. Koosman has a line into the bottom left-hand corner. The black is now available. Oh, and has he hit it? I don't think he's hit it hard enough. And that may be quite a careless shot by Koosman. He's looking now to see if the pink will go into the bottom middle. But the brown is right in front of, well, he's in that vicinity. Well, it looks as though it might be able to go in. No. So Anderson back on. 34 points the difference. 51 on the table. Anderson needs a good cue ball here on this, in this bulk area. Tight on the cushion if possible. No, he's decided to stay in the left side. I think he was worried that he might have hit a ball and may have. Well, actually, there was no. Well, yes, I think he was worried that the ball he hit to get down to the bulk area, the red he hit, may have become exposed. I think that's what he's, and that's why he played it rather cautiously. And Koosman trying to double. No. And where's the white going? The white's in the pocket. Now, if that red travels on, and now Anderson has a chance. So Anderson has the table now and has full control. Needs to get a good angle to move into these reds. Now, is that pink in the way of him getting to the angle off this blue? Yes, it was. It stopped him from accessing the reds. And again, I think maybe Anderson just going too quick and not thinking about what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. He's going for the obvious shots first and then coming unstuck. So safety shot here. And he's clipped the blue. And he's offered a red to Koosman. And Koosman pots it, but has he got the pink? He's not. He's snookered on the pink. No. The only shot available really is a possible exhibition shot on the black. Pool shot, but doesn't look like he's going to risk that. And he's going for the green here for it to make a snooker. Oh, nearly a flute there. As Anderson gets out the snooker very well, but has left it on for Koosman. And Koosman with a considerable lead here. This could be the end. And possible foul by Anderson by not nominating. And it was a snooker. Just thinking about it, yes, he should really have nominated there if he could not have, if he didn't have direct access to the object ball. But he needs snookers now. Koosman's still on the table. So technically, yes, it should be a foul if Anderson agrees. Yellow into, will he pot it though, or will he? Well, he's decided to pot it and see. And he snookered himself. I'm sorry. Actually, it's Koosman who should have nominated. So Jasper needs to play. Yes, Jasper. If Jasper didn't nominate a ball and that he was snookered on, then it's an automatic foul whether he hit it or not. Checking with Anderson. Just a bit of slight confusion there. But Anderson says it's fine, and I must say I kind of only remember the shot in my peripheral view, and I didn't notice anything myself. Not through because I was nothing happened, but just probably just it was something that I wasn't specifically concentrating on. But remembering the shot, if it was a snooker, and but Jasper didn't say, so I can't really comment on the particular incident. So it's down to Jasper and Jamie just to agree on that, and hopefully that's not interrupted the play. But I have to respond to comments made in the table chat, and if I've not seen anything, if I've don't have the full data, then all I can do is offer options. Good snooker by Anderson behind the pink. And talking about timing, the key really with comments is to make them succinct and clear. and not offer any kind of possible speculation, and that kind of confuses. Anderson may have played a shot he shouldn't have, for example, and obviously while Jasper's trying to be respectable about it, a rule is a rule. So if anyone has made any mistake, they should recompensate and do what's right. It's hard really to but anyway, that's the end. I was just going to put a rule and just a slight awkwardness and frustration and confusion to the game, but just checking now just to make sure that we definitely have both players are happy. And it seems as though that's it. Just checking for confirmation by both players. And Anderson confirms that the gentleman he is doesn't make a fuss. And so Jasper Koosman takes the title. Congratulations to him. And unlucky to Jamie, although second final in just a few days. Obviously, he won the international championship and has really made headway in terms of the earnings, and will be challenging Mohammed for second place, and will be closer to Jasper overall over these last two tournaments. And Jasper Koosman, of course, gets the 11,300 for the highest break. His break of 113. £100 is added to each point made. He's got 113. So it's 11. So it's £1,000 per point. 11. No. So £100. So 1,100. Just checking on that, just confirming the yes, 100 per point. Gets 11,300 for the high break. As both players just have a chat as they get ready to leave, there's a message by Anderson who's just confirming the points tally. So yes, it's 11,300 for the highest break for Jasper Kuzman. And as I just confirmed the score, 10-6 win. Let me just check something here. And that, of course, means Jasper Kuzman wins, and Mohamed Farzi will play Mike Mora in the third place playoff for the UK Championship. But Jasper Kuzman takes Carlos Maravilla's title, which he won the last time we played the UK Championship. He's now the UK championship player, winner, title holder, and already has the World Championship, and now this UK Championship. So great performance by Jasper Kuzman, and unlucky to Jamie Anderson. Commentary will be paused now, and the broadcast probably ended at some point, but it will stay on for a while until I'm satisfied that there's going to be no more games tonight.
First time we've been one goal down, but we went 2 goals down and then came back. So that's fantastic.
And just finally for me, I mean, I'm sure you'd have loved to win every game forever, but that was never going to be possible. You are still unbeaten.
It's not going to be plain sailing being in charge of any football team. And but we're disappointed tonight, obviously, that we didn't keep the run going. But then again, you have to be able to handle setbacks like this and go again. Well done.
Perfect. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, thank you very much for talking to us live on 5 Live. Big smile on his face, Kelly, as you can imagine. And they might not have won this game, but boy, they were close to losing it for a long time. And 2-2 is warmly welcomed by him.
Connor, thank you very much for that. Interesting how positive the spin that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is putting on that point against Burnley, isn't it? Is it because of the way that the team showed the character to come back and because they got those late goals, which of course he famously was fond of scoring?
He's got to be delighted with it. You know, we're sat in the studio watching it at 2-0. We're thinking there's every chance Manchester United are going to come back in this game. It was proven right. It's about confidence and a belief. He's enjoying his role, but he's realistic with it.
And that wasn't even the most significant result of the evening. A 2-2 draw for Man United against Burnley. Fulham came from 2-0 down to beat Brighton 4-2. And Newcastle United pulled off a 2-1 win against the champions Manchester City, which sets up tomorrow night's match between Liverpool and Leicester very nicely. Thank you very much to Michael Brown, to Danny Mills and to John Murray for their contributions this evening. Now it's time to talk to Phil Williams. Evening, Phil.
Evening, Kelly. Theresa May's Brexit deal back on the table tonight. She's going back to the EU to ask for changes to the Irish backstop position. The EU says it's not up for negotiation. So in a special programme tonight, we'll find out what next for Brexit and your chance to have your say on 08085 909 693.
First for news and more live Premier League football than anyone else. This is BBC 5 Live.
Evening 10:30 on Tuesday night. Phil Williams here with you on 5 Live with a team of Brexperts who we're going to ask what the Brex is going on, and hopefully they know.
The news now, as you've been hearing, MPs back a major amendment to Theresa May's Brexit deal.
In sport, Newcastle beat Manchester City to hand Liverpool a huge helping hand in the Premier League title race.
This is BBC 5 Live.
Obviously, we need some fun, don't we? So, Brexperts just appeared in our script tonight. Someone earlier talked to me about a front stop. So, if you'd like to invent some new Brexit jargon, give us the definition of it, then your Brexit lexicon, please, to 85058 or at BBC 5 Live. Thank you very much for your creativity. It's appreciated in advance. News time next, Charlotte Bangbala.
MPs have voted to scrap the Irish backstop in Theresa May's Brexit plan and replace it with alternative arrangements. The Prime Minister had urged Parliament to support the proposal, hoping to use it to renegotiate with Brussels, but the EU says it won't change the agreed legal text. The Commons also rejected leaving the EU without a deal. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn says he's ready to hold cross-party talks now that's been ruled out. Peterborough MP Fiona Onisanya has been jailed for 3 months after lying to police about a speeding ticket. She was thrown out of the Labour Party when she was convicted of perverting the course of justice. Police say children as young as 11 are being exploited by criminal gangs transporting drugs across county lines. MPs have been hearing evidence on how networks are moving into smaller towns and rural areas. That's the news. With the 5 Live Sport, here's Nick Hatton.
Thank you. Manchester City's Premier League title hopes suffered a huge blow as Newcastle came from a goal down to win 2-1 at St James's Park. Matt Ritchie's second-half penalty, enough to condemn City to defeat. It means that leaders Liverpool can open a 7-point lead with a win at home to Leicester tomorrow night. Burnley looked like they were set for an upset at Old Trafford, leading 2-0 against Manchester United with 3 minutes of normal time remaining. But a penalty from Paul Pogba and an injury time strike from Victor Lindelof denied them victory. Fulham came from 2-0 down at half-time to beat Brighton 4-2, while Arsenal were 2-1 winners at home to Cardiff. Wolves are up to 7th with a 3-0 win at home to West Ham, while Jan Sievert's first match in charge of Huddersfield ended in a 1-0 defeat at home to Everton. You can find all of tonight's results on the BBC Sport website. Transfer-wise, Newcastle could be set to break their 14-year-old transfer record by signing the Paraguay playmaker Miguel Almiron from Atlanta United. He's expected to cost around £20 million, while Arsenal are close to completing the signing of Barcelona midfielder Denis Suarez. And World Rugby say positive and productive meetings have taken place in Los Angeles as rugby union bosses plan a radical shake-up of the international calendar. The formation of a new annual competition to be played between Rugby World Cups is being discussed.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live on digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
The weather, a cold and frosty night for eastern England. Sleet and snow clearing there. Hail and snow showers in western parts. Brighter but colder everywhere tomorrow. But wintry showers will affect western and northern coasts.
5 Live Sports.
Coming up this February on 5 Live and 5 Live Sports Extra. Six Nations Rugby is back.
Crackling atmosphere inside this amazing stadium. Here we go.
Cricket, live coverage from the Big Bash.
A step back to the leg side and smashed over extra cover.
Rugby League, the World Club Challenge.
It could be a try from absolutely nothing.
And the live football continues with the return of the Champions League, the Premier League, the FA Cup and the EFL Cup final.
Nodding down and into the bottom corner.
February on 5 Live and 5 Live Sports Extra. Late Night Live with Phil Williams
on BBC Radio 5 Live.
10:35, welcome to a Brexit special this evening on 5 Live as MPs support plans to renegotiate the Irish backstop, whilst the EU says it's not interested in renegotiating the withdrawal agreement. So we're going to explore what that means, where it leaves the UK as we speak to you tonight and as we approach March the 29th, and what the possible scenarios might be as we get closer to exiting the European Union. Questions, thoughts, moans, 08085 909 693, our phone number. You can text them to 85058. Tweet them to @BBC5Live. The headline's in from what was a night of amendments and votes in the Commons. Theresa May is going back to Europe to ask for changes to the Irish border backstop.
It is now clear that there is a route that can secure a substantial substantial and sustainable majority in this House for leaving the EU with a deal. We will now take this mandate forward and seek to obtain legally binding changes to withdrawal agreement that deal with concerns on the backstop while guaranteeing no return to a hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland.
But the EU and the Irish government both say that the withdrawal agreement is not up for renegotiation. Elsewhere, MPs voted to reject a no-deal Brexit.
The ayes to the right.